Camelot 331 here, and oh my gosh, we're talking about Nintendo today? Finally, I'm a real gaming channel. We're talking about Nintendo, but why are we talking about Nintendo? Hot diggity damn, this is hot off the presses, boys. I am blown away and can't believe, and this is actually something that's very common right now with video game companies. It's mistreatment of their workforce, like en masse. Women are getting chased by the men. The lead developers are slapping them around their cheeks, man. It's insane stuff, dude. It's insane stuff, and it needs to stop. And I'm so surprised. Look, it's the neckbeards, man. They crazy as hell. I'm gonna be honest. No, look, this is serious. This is a serious video. Nintendo is a nightmarish place to work, and why? Why? There is like a tangled web of deep stuff we're gonna get into today, and it's like a puzzle. And we're going to put it together for you. This is the damn fall of Nintendo and their working conditions. So if you like this video, like it with the like button, obviously. And make sure you subscribe for more stuff like this. And please check if you're still subscribed, because YouTube be unsubscribing peeps, all right? Follow me on Odyssey in the description, and let's get right into this. So we have to start with some context real quick. This is very important, guys. Check this out right here. It says Nintendo reportedly has coercive rules against discussing work conditions. Well, I'm shocked. I'm completely shocked. Not allowed to talk about mistreatment of employees. I wonder why. It seems to me, if we don't want people talking about it, it's because it's happening. But let's continue real quick, because we got a lot to cover, baby, and we only got a few minutes to do so. I know you're busy as hell, baby. It says, a second report has been filed against Nintendo of America for allegedly stopping employees from discussing unionization and workplace conditions. Can you believe it? It says earlier this year, Nintendo workers alleged that they were being underpaid and mistreated, with a contractor even claiming to have been fired after bringing up the topic of unionization. Now, another report has come out claiming Nintendo even has rules preventing staff from discussing workplace conditions. You can't even talk about it, baby, or you're going to get slapped in the cheekies. The National Labor Relations Board received a complaint on August 8th that claims Nintendo has coercive rules against talking about working conditions and unions. These complaints are also directed at the contracting firm Ashton Carter, alleging that the two retaliate against, dismiss, and discipline employees who participate in protected activity with one another. This is in line with the initial complaint from April, where a contractor alleged that they had been fired after asking about unionization in a meeting. This is basically like Walmart. However, Nintendo denies these claims. Of course they do. We are aware of the claim, which was filed with the National Labor Relations Board by a contractor who was previously terminated for the disclosure of confidential information and for no other reason. Yeah, so this is what companies do. This is a very common tactic. They will claim that the person that got fired is just disgruntled, which usually works. Nintendo is not aware of any attempts to unionize or related activity and intends to cooperate with the investigation conducted by the NLRB. Nintendo is fully committed to providing a welcoming and supportive workplace. Of course they are, baby. It's all good. We take matters very seriously. Shocking. It says it remains to be seen if the board will pursue the case based on these complaints and the evidence provided, which would lead to a hearing or settlement. Both of these claims were filed in Washington against Nintendo of America, which former executive Reggie Fils-Aimé discussed in May of this year. Shocking. He said, in many industries, unionization is a good thing. As a leader, you need to look hard. And if this is what your employees want, you need to address that and embrace it and move forward. I've worked in industries that have had high levels of unionization. This is not a good or bad thing. It's a situation that as a leader and as an executive, you need to manage. Look, I don't necessarily disagree. Overall power is bad, okay? That's why I think there needs to be a good balance between unionization and, private ran leadership and, benefits and whatnot, because they kind of keep themselves in check. Now, granted, if you have a completely unionized place, like an entire state, this is just a hypothetical, people can get corrupt, and they will be corrupt. And it's the same way the other way around. So I think it's good to have both kind of hitting each other in the face a lot. I don't think the entire U.S. being unionized or the entire U.S. being ununionized is necessarily a good thing. And I could be completely wrong about that. But there's your context, guys. There's your context. So what actually happened, guys? What actually happened? This is the person that was fired. It says This just came out a few hours ago. The fired tester that was fired about talking about unionization hopes that sharing their story will convince people to interrogate the way video game industry treats its workers. They allege that they have been fired for asking about unionization. We already covered this, and keep in mind Nintendo said that never happened. Shocking. It says Clifton says that their question wasn't addressed in the meeting, but a supervisor from their contracting firm, Ashton Carter, called them to say it was a downer question. They were fired a month later for breaking NDA. Supervisor cited a tweet Clifton posted, which read, "In today's build, someone somewhere must have deleted every other texture in the game because everything is now red. Just like pure red. It's silly." As the reason for their firing. Shocking. So that's what Nintendo is saying that they got fired for saying somebody deleted some textures in the game. Clifton argues that this was a weak reason to be fired as they didn't identify the game they were working on and they didn't reveal any confidential information, which I completely agree. They believe they were fired for asking about unions, and this tweet was an excuse, which is probably 100% true because that's how this works. Clifton says they made the decision to file the complaint in August to show the world and show my former coworkers that something like a union would not only be beneficial, but maybe even necessary in the coming years, which could be completely true. Shocking. But guys, it's one person, right? It's one person. So all these things are happening, right? We've understand that Nintendo doesn't want you talking about unionization, which, yeah, that's going to be a thing. That's the thing with most companies because they don't really want to, they don't want to pay any more benefits. You know, they don't want anything. They're going to tell you the union is a bad place. They take your check. They don't do anything for you. And that can be true in some cases, like overall control. And it also is better to be unionized in some cases as well. But if you have complete control in any case, it's not necessarily a good thing. But Nintendo mistreating their employees. What's happening, guys? What's happening? Let's read it. It says, Nintendo workers are underpaid and mistreated. Nintendo of America came under fire after it emerged that it was being investigated for illegal union-busting behavior. Shocking. The industry giant has denied the allegations, of course, and has said that it will cooperate with the investigation conducted by the National Labor Relations Board. It says now there's a new report saying workers are being mistreated, underpaid, and silenced from speaking out. Workers say they make as little as $16 an hour and are left without work for months at a time in between projects, losing pay and healthcare benefits. They also speak of a two-tier system of Nintendo, with full-time workers receiving preferential treatment over contractors, which I could see that all day of the week. Speaking to the publication, a full-time employee says that it's rare to see a worker make at least $20 an hour at Nintendo. Damn, son. Damn, son. No wonder they still in business, baby. If one of the most damning accounts shared with a report, QA worker Jelena Zamonia, which I definitely did not pronounce correctly, recounts the time she slipped on an ice and hit her head at work. When she began to have issues reading, she went to see a clinic in the building. Despite working on numerous projects and holding management duties at Nintendo, the clinic refused to treat her because she wasn't full-time. They even refused to let a coworker drive her to the hospital. Oh my God. It was apparently against company policy for a Nintendo employee to drive somebody off-site. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. The report also shed some light on recent allegations from a contractor who was recently terminated after raising the topic of unionization. So we're coming full circle, guys. It's pretty obvious that most of this stuff's probably true. It says right here, Zamonia echoes this claim, stating that she was reprimanded after she asked if there was anything Nintendo could do to protect itself from the rise of anti-Asian violence. Others that were spoken to in the report also say they were punished for raising concerns, with contractor Elizabeth Pring saying she was terminated after speaking out about being forced to work in the offices despite being immunocompromised. Damn, Alabama man. Immunocompromised. Nintendo has not yet responded to the wave of allegations, and they won't. They'll just deny them across the board. Look, guys, this stuff's obviously going on. It's happening now in every single game company. Everybody's getting more brave to stand up and fight against these. Because back in the day, if you're one person saying this, they're going to fire your ass, and no one's going to give a damn. But we're starting to see more things like crunch and mistreatment of women, mistreatment of men, mistreatment of anybody. And now Nintendo doing the same exact thing for anyone that complains of working conditions, low pay. Okay, keep in mind, it's not illegal to discuss your pay, but Nintendo's going to fire you for it. Unionization, or just overall raising any concerns about workplace. You're not allowed to talk about it. It's like Fight Club. You can't talk about Fight Club. Don't work at Nintendo. I know it seems like a dream, man. I have a friend that was like a vendor for Nintendo, and man, he had some dark ass stories. He's like, yeah, Nintendo's not good, man. You may like Breath of the Wild, baby. You may like it, and I do too. It's a fantastic game, love it. But the people working there, testers and whatnot, they getting wrung out and thrown away, baby. What do you think? Do you think you should work at Nintendo? My advice would be stay away for a while. Don't go to Activision. Don't go to Nintendo or Ubisoft. You know, I'd stay away from those. And some others. There's a lot. EA? No. EA sucks in general. What do you guys think about it? Do you work at Nintendo? Do you work in the gaming industry? Have you seen the rise of mistreatment to the employees? Do you think it's okay? Comment down below. Share the video so more people could see it and maybe make a difference. And do me a favor. Please subscribe, boys. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Bye. Yeah.